Pledge of Allegiance, if you'll join us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome. Glad to see you all here tonight. We need to begin with a roll call. Ms. Harris, will you help us with that?
Sure. Councilmember Perks is excused, but we do have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. We have an agenda before us. Is there any changes to that agenda that we need to consider?
I'll make the motion we accept the agenda.
Mr. Welling, with the motion. Is there a second? Mr. Sellers, seconding. Is there any discussion? If there's no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? The agenda is approved. We've got the City Council minutes, not this work session, the City Council minutes for April 18th. Excuse me, April 18th. Any concerns regarding those minutes? If not, we'll acknowledge those as they've been prepared and go to the work session of April 25th. Any comments or concerns regarding those? If not, we will acknowledge those as well. We'll go on to the bills. Questions, comments, concerns, offers to pay them on behalf of the city, donations?
Don't make a motion to approve.
That's probably the best. Mr. Lynch with a motion to approve the bills. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Welling seconding. Any discussion? There's no discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That takes care of the bills. Revenue and expenditure report for March. Questions there? Is there a motion to approve that report?
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Sellers?
I'll second.
Mr. Lynn seconding. Any discussion? Discussion. There's no discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved. Council comments. Mr. Lynch, what do you have for us tonight?
Well, with our busy agenda, nothing tonight.
You're wanting to set a record, aren't you?
The Evanston Youth Club dinner's coming up on the 19th. If anybody would like to attend that, I think we can still get some tickets. And hopefully the golf course opens this weekend. Let's see.
Well, they're planning on or hoping to. Yeah.
Needs to be busy, catch up on some lost revenue.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Wells.
I have nothing.
Mr. Sellers.
I've enjoyed seeing everybody's pictures for the Cassell photo contest. And my favorite, I think, describes this whole year is that one of downtown with snow piled all over the place. So, thanks.
Ms. Hageman.
I'd like to remind everybody that May 18th is a National Veterans Awareness Ride. I will be riding and joining them in Colville and coming up, and since Jesse, you were so kind to offer me a ride on your snowmobile, you're more than happy to join me on the ride on the back of my bike.
You got a helmet for me? As long as you got a helmet.
Or anyone else, you can all come.
Got room for all of us on the bike?
No, just one of you at a time, but I'm sure we can find one. We'll get a trailer.
That sounds fun. Fun. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, well, thank you. I guess the only thing I'll add to it is I suspect I hope I'm preaching to the choir, but just for information's sake, May is typically our highest runoff month. The rivers are coming up. You've noticed, if anybody's noticed the Bear River, it's pretty full just now, and so just be mindful of that. Be cautious. Flood concerns and flood dangers that are certainly there and going to be there for the next little while at least. So we have no public hearings or special orders, no consent agenda item, no consent agenda or unfinished business. We're moving along pretty fast. New business, Resolution 2333. Ms. Kirby, you read that title for us, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Resolution 2333 is a resolution of the governing body of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing participation in the Wyoming Cooperative Liquid Asset Security System.
Thank you. Ms. Lim.
What this resolution is for us to be able to invest in the shortened version. It's called Wyoming Class. It was created in July of 2020, and they're similar to WyoStar, where public funds are invested collectively, and they are hoping to generate higher revenue for the participants, and it is also very liquid, like WyoStar. So the plan is right now to take the money we got from the sale of clean energy and put that in this Wyo class to try to earn more interest on it. So,
Thank you.
like today, their current yield was 4.9%, where WyoStar was 4.05. So,
Close.
but Kent and Jesse were in on that decision with the investment committee. So, if you have anything else to add.
Go ahead.
I think it's a great opportunity for us to make some higher interest yields. So at 4.9% and liquid, so it's not like a CD where you would lock it up for a certain period of time. You're able to still have that cash available if need be without penalty to pull from, but at the same time you're gaining a 4.9% interest rate, which is better than WyoStar by quite a bit. Even though WyoStar's come up a little bit, it's almost a full percentage point difference. So
Yeah.
with our high yields as far as interest goes right now, I think we need to capture as much of that higher interest on our money, where there for the longest time we're only gaining point whatever with our investments. So I think this is a good move.
Any questions? Anyone? Go ahead.
There's no penalty for pulling out?
It's a government fund, so it's pooled money. So just like WyoStar, Wyo Class, or the Wyoming Investment Fund, you're able to put governmental money. So not everybody can just jump in. You got to be a government entity to participate. But yeah, it's a pool. So the interest rate fluctuates, but as of right now, it's a high yield. So why not jump in and gain that high yield versus sitting in 0.1% in a savings account or something like that.
Who
So.
sets the interest rate?
Wyo Class manages it. So Wyo Class is not a government-run. I should let you talk to this.
No, you're fine.
But at the same time, Wyo Class is not government-run. It is independently run, but it is like WyoStar. WyoStar is covered by the
state.
The state, where Wyo Class is independent of the state. So they independently manage the fund. But they've got to have turnover of 256 days, something like that. I can't remember what the turnover's got to be.
Yeah.
So they can't lock up long-term stuff, so that kind of gives you the stability of the fund. So.
Yeah, and WyoStar is through the state of Wyoming, and that's the big one that most municipalities go with, but this Wyoming class is hoping to get some of that because they can create higher yields. And they have an option where we could put some of that money into CDs as well, but this is a very liquid account that within a day we could have the money. So,
We've actually visited with Wyo Class for some time now. I know they're fairly new to the game. They're not that old, but we have talked to them a couple of different times at WHAM meetings. I know that several of the counties and municipalities across the state have slowly kind of given them the nod, so to speak, and I think it's probably a good time for us to do that as well, because like Jesse said, it's an opportunity to cash in on some higher interest rates that in a lot of other accounts that we're not getting anywhere close to that.
right.
And so it's just an opportunity to do a little better on our interest with still some fairly significant liquidity we can still get to
Also,
it.
it diversifies us even more too. So
Exactly
we
right.
didn't have any money in wild class. We have this money that's an opportunity to open an
Right.
account, which will diversify us even more. So
Yeah, we've got money, in different types of accounts, what we are allowed to put them in, so we've got it spread out, and we're trying to get the highest we can on everything that, right now, while it's good. Last year, it wasn't so good.
And I'll also say, I appreciate Mr. Lynn's understanding of those things. He's been
Yes.
a valuable asset to that little committee that is, and Mr. Perks, who's not here, he is involved in that heavily and understands that well
Right.
as well. And so that's been a benefit to the community to
It
have
has.
them on this council, on that committee.
Yes, it's been very helpful.
Any other questions? Is there an introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce the motion to pass.
Mr. Sellers with a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Lynch, seconding. Any discussion? There's no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, are there any opposed? That passes. Thank you, Trudy. Comments from departments. Trudy, do you have anything more for us tonight? Mr. O'Neill, go, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, I just wanted to apologize. I didn't take my hat off during the pledge, and I realized that right after.
Well,
You get Facebook comments.
I guess I didn't notice. It's easier to ask forgiveness than permission, I guess, huh?
It's just a small $10 fine.
Okay, thank you, Rocco. Chief Ranish, you have anything for us tonight?
No, sir, I wanted to take my hat off.
Well, thank you.
Will you just hit Rocco next time in the backfield?
Yeah. Mr. Robinson, you have anything for us? Okay, Mr. Barker? Mr. Eaters?
That's why the golf course is opening Friday.
Excellent.
I think most of the bull population wintered out there, and so it's a little rough.
The rest were in my yard.
We're going to get after it here.
Fantastic. Good deal. Sounds good. Ms. Harris, you have anything for us?
No, Your Honor.
Kirby?
Nothing for me, thank you.
Comments, public participation. Is there anyone here from the public that would like to address the council for any reason? No? Well, we'll adjourn then. Thank you.